Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I came to show you my pages for this week. This is Monday through Sunday, and I had posted this on one of the Facebook groups I'm on, and they had all had questions on if I do videos on this, so I thought I'd go ahead and do a example of how I did this page. It's all inked around the corners with Dusty Concord Distressed ink from Tim Holtz. There's a little bit of the black soot distress ink also, and I use these little tools with the sponge on them to get the ink around the corners. The rest of the inking is done with the Onyx Black VersaFine. The stamps that I used, this one does not have a name, but I used the meow and the stars that are on here and the tiny little pumpkins. These are all from Inkadinkadoo, and I use this one here, up here, and I used this one with the little kitty cat, and these pumpkins here, and this one is called Cats and Bats. And I also used this kitty cat here off of this set here, and it is called Trick or Treat, Inkadinkadoo. So what I will do, I've said this before in the last one, is I do my own pages, and this is what they look like when I print them out. And I cut them to size and punch the holes, but they're just a light gray, and I did it with boxes here. And since I print my own inserts, I use any kind of ink I want on them because it will bleed through. But all I do is take the two pages and then I run a tape runner down and then connect them. This is what the back looks like. So this is all the bleed through that comes through, but like I said, I just attach the next one on there and then you don't see it. So with that said, I will zoom in and show you how I do this. Okay, so here we have our pages, and I will do one at a time. I have it on a Tim Holtz, I don't exactly know what they call this anymore. I've had it forever. It's like a matte, and it's really shiny, and the ink washes right off, and that's what I have here. So we're going to start with one page. We will go ahead and ink up the corners with the purple, and I start off the mat here and just come in and rub on the ink. Kind of gives me the direction I'm going. Now I have the center square darkened, and what I do with that, if I can find it, is I take sticky notes and I will lay it down where the lines are. Use the big ones, you don't have to use too many sticky notes. But I'm going to ink up just the side here and the side up here, and it gives it a really cool effect. So again, starting off and then coming in with the ink. this is just plain water. And I have a paintbrush, just a plain ordinary, but I do watercolor with this. And we'll just put a little spritz of water down here. Paper towel is another thing you're going to need. So we get the paintbrush wet, and then we're just going to add in some water dots. Now you can do this if you spray your paper, but because this is a planner page, you don't want it to crumple up and wrinkle like it does with watercolor. So I just let it set there for a little while. The Tim Holtz inks are water-based, and when they get water on them, they react. They'll pull the ink apart, and then when you dry it off, you get this really cool watercoloring effect with the splotches on it. I really like that. I think that adds a lot to the page. It's subtle, but it's there. I'll put it that way. I'm also going to do that around here, but we have some more work to do on the sides. Okay, for the sides, I've got the stars all over, and I'm going to stencil some of these on with this. It's a Heidi Swap stencil. I don't think it has a different name. It's just one with the little circles, hearts, and stars on it. I think I got it. It's either at Joann's or Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down kind of in random, and you can see how they look in the white. Just kind of in an area where the stars will hit the most. And then we're just going to take the purple and kind of rub it where the stars are. If you were doing a larger piece, you would definitely want to tape this down, but since I'm just doing a little piece, it's fine. Stars. I do have a little stamp I use. This is a Stampin' Up stamp. You can't really see what it is on this side, but on this side it's just a whole bunch of little dots. And what it does, if I can find you a scrap piece of paper here, I'll show you how it stamps. So it's just a little bunch of dots like that. I use this a lot when, like if you have a mistake, this will clean it up too. It also adds a lot of interest in here. Some of the stars are really tiny, so when you put in a little of this, it just adds to it. And you just kind of do it random off the edge. That's why I use this mat. And get some color down. Okay, what we're going to do is wipe this up a little bit, and then we're going to add on the black that goes around the edges. So I need this one and the black. So this is the same process. Get a little ink on there and then off the mat, and then just come in and very lightly it darkens up the corners. All the extra ink here. Get that cleaned up. I want to add some the stars around in black, and I'm going to take the stars that are in this package, And I'm sorry, I don't know what this is called. I got it off of eBay, and it didn't come with a name. So I'm just going to stick the star on there and add some black stars with the Distress ink. Not very many, because I want to put some of these on with the darker VersaFine ink, sorry. And you'll see the difference between the two. So I'll just stick one there and see how much darker that is. To get that wiped up so it doesn't get on the back of the page too much. One up here, over here, up there. Okay. Get that a little wet, and we'll get that up. Okay. So basically, this is the gist of this part of it. I'm going to put a few more little dots over here. I can change the colors, so I'm going to use a little bit of this lavender memento color here, and just add some lighter colored purple. Maybe put some in here. And a little down here. There we go. Maybe a little more up at the top, up here. There. So we'll put on the cat for you. And I just do the ink VersaFine here. We want to make sure that the cat is inked up. I always have scrap paper around, because you never know how long the first inking sometimes isn't the best. And then I just kind of lay it down over the purple and give it a stamp. I'm sorry, probably wasn't on camera. So there's the kitty cat. Love that cat. I think that's so cool. Okay, then we have here that's got a really cool part on the back of her broom, and I'm going to use that as a swirl that goes around the pumpkin. So when I ink this, I'm only going to be inking up the back end, and if I get any on her that I don't want, I just wipe it off with a paper towel. And then I will put the swirl down, and I want it to go this way, so I'm going to try to get it under the pumpkin. So we got a bit of a swirl there. If you notice I got a little ink here, that's okay, I can cover that up. And then we'll put a little bit on this end. Try to get it lined up. So there we go. Got a little swirl going. Now, because of these little lines here, I'm also going to stick the word boo under there, so the witchy can go away. Boo goes that way. Boo goes that way. Okay. I got ink all over here. Okay, we're going to stick that right over that spot. So now we have our little boo. I have ink all over me. And I think I want a little something else down here. And I have another pumpkin. So I would like to stick, this is what the whole stamp looks like, but I don't want to use the whole thing. I just want to use a little piece over here. So I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to lay it down and just get half of that pumpkin down here. So I think it needs probably just a bit more purple on it. So I'm going to get my purple ink back out and just do a little more of the purple effect up here. My little block here, little purple over here, and one out over here. Okay, because I like to have a little more texture, I'm going to add some of the water drops in here with my paintbrush again. So I just come in and put a few little dots, kind of random, and then just let the water sit. Up in the corner. It'll wrinkle the paper a little bit, but that's okay. It's not too much. Not like if you sprayed it. And what I do is, it's going to have to dry. Don't like the wrinkling effect. I just put a block, clean one, down and let it dry with that, and it'll keep it flatter. And put it up in the corner. And that's how these pages were designed. So I hope that helps answer the questions that I had gotten. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care now.